Dear fellow coders, welcome to One Little Coder. This is day 2 of 8 days of Streamlit, where I'm going to teach you one Streamlit application every single day for 8 days. So in this tutorial, the day 2 tutorial, you're going to learn how to build a news bias words recognizer. So what does it mean? It means if there is some word that can tarnish fairness or that can lead to bias in a news article, we're going to build a Streamlit application that can help us recognize that. And for that, we are going to use Spacy and also a different library and a model that has been hosted on Spacy, Hugging Face Model Hub. So the model, first I'm going to talk about the model, next I'm going to talk about the code, and then finally we are going to deploy it on Hugging Face Spaces for completely free. So now let's talk about the model. So this model is called en_pipeline. So they've made this name to use it in conjunction with actual model. So if you click this repository, you would actually see the actual model. So this model is called bias detection model, and it is associated with a Python library, and the Python library is called DBIAS. So the Python library is called DBIAS. So basically they're saying that it is used to detect bias and ensuring fairness in AI solutions. So this library has a couple of features, like for example, you can debias a news, you can classify a news article whether it has bias or no, you can recognize or extract the words or phrases with bias, and finally if you want to mask the words with bias, you can do that. So it's quite simple to use. Pip install debias, you can get started with that. So as you can see that it's been created as a research topic, part of the research topic by 3 people: Deepak, John, Reggie, Shaina, Raza, Shen Ding. So these 3 people have created this absolutely wonderful, very important Python library and also a model, and they have deployed it. So you can install it from PyPy. But that's not what we are going to do. What we are going to do is we are going to focus only on one particular aspect of this library, which is recognizing the phrases or words that can lead to bias or be unfair, like affect fairness. So this is what we're going to focus. And for us to focus on this, the research team that I just spoke about, they have already included this model, the one that is used for entity recognition or to recognize bias, has been uploaded on Hugging Face as an entity recognition model, which means we can simply use this particular model in conjunction with Spacy, and then we can detect bias like this. For example, if this word says Billie Eilish issues apology for mouthing an anti-Asian derogatory term in a resurfaced video, now you can detect the words or phrases that has got bias using this particular Spacy. So now this thing that you're seeing, it's basically Hugging Face hosted API. But if you do not want to host it somewhere like as an API, but if you want to give a full stack web application for somebody to come and paste their text and get the biased words or the words that are unfair, then that is what we are going to build today using Streamlit. The application is going to look like this. It's going to have a title that says, of course, news bias words recognizer. Then you're going to have a text box where you can enter the text, and then finally we are going to show the output text where we are going to highlight the text or the word or the phrase with words that are labeled as biased. And after we build this, we are going to deploy it on Hugging Face Spaces. So let me take you through the code. So as usual, I've got a folder, and inside that folder I've got 2 files. File 1 app.py, which is the Streamlit application that's going to power the Streamlit application that we are building, and file 2, which is requirements.txt file. So requirements.txt file tells the engine wherever or server wherever we are going to deploy to indicate what are the packages, libraries that they need to install. So the first one is Spacy, because we are going to use Spacy for named entity recognition. The second one is this model itself is available as a package, and it is hosted on Hugging Face. So we have to download it. So these 2 things, we're going to add it to our requirements.txt file. And then coming to our code, so our code is quite simple. It's not even 15 lines. You can see, like if I remove this junk, we are basically talking about less than 15 lines of the code. Streamlit is for web application, Spacy is for named entity recognition. So if you want to do custom named entity recognition using Spacy, especially with Spacy v3, I've got a separate video altogether where I'll take you through a tool where you can do custom labeling. You can create your own Spacy model for named entity recognition with your own custom word set. But yeah, so if you don't want to do that, if you want to use an existing model like what we are going to do in this case, we are going to use the model that the research team has built, and we are going to use that to do named entity recognition. So these are the two libraries we want. And then the next thing is, like, we just simply want a title. So title, and then next thing is we need to load the model. So we need to load the model. While we are loading the model, sometimes people have to wait. So instead of letting them just simply wait, we're giving them a spinner. So wait until the model loads with a simple spinner or progress bar. Like you can say anything you want. You have different options with the spinner. So I'm saying with st.spinner, and I'm loading it within that. But you have like spinner, you have progress. So you have different options that you can choose. I'm just going to choose spinner because it's quite simple. You don't have to give a starting and ending value, and yeah, it's very simple, right? So you can just simply say, please wait while the model is being loaded. So all I have to do is this message, and then that spinner message is available. And also you can set up a success if you want. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, within this clause, I'm loading the model spacy.load and n_pipeline. Make sure that you have already installed this. If you're going to do this on your local machine, you have to install this using pip3 install. So if you're going to do it on Hugging Face Spaces, you don't have to be bothered about it. But if you're going to do it on your local machine, make sure that you install these two. One is the package, the library. The second one is the model that is available as a library. Make sure that you have installed. Otherwise, this is a place where you might face an error. So the model would not load. So you have to make sure that the model is installed. Then you can load this. NLP is equal to spacy.load and the model name. So this is a name that the developers or the research team has already given for this model. After we do that, now we need a text box to get user input. Okay, so this is the place where we are going to get user input, and we can give a label. So we're basically saying enter your text to get biased words recognized. Okay, so we are simply saying that, okay, this is the place where you have to enter your text and then get the biased words as an output. And after you get this text, basically this is now a string. You pass the string inside this NLP object and create a doc object. So if you're familiar with Spacy, doc object is an object that you get, like mostly like an annotated object after you have used a pre-trained model to do whatever you want to do. In our case, we're going to do entity recognition. After we do all these things, let's say create a doc object with named entities. Okay, so we have named entities recognized. And after we do this thing, we want to visualize the output. So we want to show it in an intuitive way that the user can feel. So if you see this output, you can see that we are showing the text, but we are also highlighting the text that, or the word or the phrase that has bias in it. So this usually is not a very easy task. Like if you simply look into like a normal Python code, what you might have to do is you might have to detect where you see this word mouthing, then you have to enclose or wrap it with the HTML code, specifically with the color code that you want, and then you have to iterate it for all the words that you have detected, and then you have to replace this, render it with HTML. So this is not a very simple task to do if you just do not follow the step that I'm going to show you. What I'm going to show you is simply use something called display-C from Spacy. So from Spacy, you can just use display-C, and display-C has got a function called render, which you can use to render this particular document in the style. What is the style that you want? You want it in the entity recognition style. And do you want to display it on Jupyter Notebook? No, of course not. We are going to show it on this is a Python script. So you basically say no, which means like you will get the HTML code at the end. And then what is the color that you want to say? So this is again a dictionary. So you have to say, like, for the word bias, this is the color that I want. Like I want I want a red color. So this is this color, whatever color you want. Like for example, if I want color hex, I can just go search and then select the color that I want. If I do not want red color, maybe I can select something that is a little bit milder. So maybe this should be fine. So I'll copy this color, come back here, paste it. Make sure that you don't make a mistake there. So these are these elements. I'm using Spacy's displacy.render to render the output of this. So I'm going to call it render the output, or I should say get the HTML/markdown code for displaying the output. So at this point, we are going to have a bunch of HTML code within this object, and then finally we are going to render them as a markdown. Render the HTML code as a markdown with HTML rendering enabled. So by default, st.markdown will not render your HTML because it's going to treat this as text. But if you enable this thing, then you can see that it would be rendered as an HTML file. I can probably show you this. Like if you make this false and then you run this application and then you come back and then see this thing. So if you do that, if you go see, so you would actually see a bunch of code here rather than the text with highlight. Let me quickly show you that. So it says please wait while the model is being loaded. So you have a title here. You have the progress bar or the message where you have to wait until the model loads, and you can see that this would show the HTML code as HTML code, not as a rendered HTML code. So I guess you understand what I mean. So if you want this to be rendered, then you have to enable this option which says unsafe allow underscore allow underscore HTML. There are a lot of reasons why they call it unsafe, like cross-site scripting, a lot of cyber security reasons are there. But because you are going to use it closed space, this is not like a Facebook, right? This is not like the next Twitter that you are building. So I think as long as you're doing that should be fine. Let me get the same text, the example. So Billie Eilish, or I'll get a different text. Maybe there is a text related to Trump. Please, Trump supporters, please don't say anything bad to me. You can come back here, press it, Control Enter or Enter, and this is reactive. So you can see that it has detected two words, starred and havens, and it says that these are the biased words. I'm not saying that this model is very perfect. I'm not claiming that this model is very perfect, but this model is a really important need of the hour for us to especially see what kind of biased words or media articles, right? Like for example, let me go to Google and say COVID vaccine in the US. Okay, so I'm going to type, and then I'm going to go to news section. I'm going to read about the article. So it says Supreme Court halts COVID vaccine. So I'm going to copy the bunch of text here and then see if there is any word that we can recognize. I'm going to copy paste here, Control Enter, and then you can see what the model is going to do. So the model is at work, and you can see that it has detected a word that it believes that it is biased. You can read more about how the model is trained in the model page. So they've got good details here. If you go to this, particularly this data set, you get to know like which data set that they used to test. And one of the greatest thing that I liked about this model code is they have even mentioned the carbon emission, like how much carbon emission happened because of the training that they did. So this is really good. It's setting up a very good golden standard for other researchers to publish the model in such a way. So at this point, what we intended to build is we wanted to build a Streamlit web application to recognize news bias words. Like the reason I keep on saying news is because this data set has been trained on news articles, so it should ideally work better on news articles than any other articles. Okay, so now that we have the code available ready on our local machine, what is the next step that we are going to do? Next, we are going to create this application or deploy this application on Hugging Face Spaces. So if you do not know, Hugging Face Spaces is a place where you can freely deploy three kind of application. One is you can deploy your Streamlit application. Two, you can deploy your Gradio application. Three, you can deploy your simple static website, for which I recently created a tutorial which I will link in the YouTube description. Please check it out if you want. So I'm going to go to the Hugging Face Spaces. Make sure that you have already signed in. If you have not signed in, or if you have never created an application on Hugging Face Spaces, make sure that you create a new account. After you do that, this is the page most likely you would see after you click Spaces. Go here and click create new space, and then what is the new space that you want to give? So I want to say bias recognizer, okay, and I'm going to select Streamlit, and I'm going to say create space. So at this point we have already set create space. There are two things that you can do as usual. You can either connect this with your local repository and then push it, option 1. Option 2, you can basically connect this with a different GitHub repository, push from there, like sync them. Option 3, the simplest option, just simply upload this file to this repository. That's it, as simple as that. For that, I'm going to go click files, and then I'm going to copy and paste the files here. So I'm going to get these files. I'm going to just copy these 2 files and then paste it here. Oops, I have to first click upload file, and I have to copy one by one. Make sure that your Streamlit application file, the Python file's name is app.py, because that's what Hugging Face would look for. So if you do not have the same name as app.py, then you might be in trouble where you have to rename it. But if you have it app.py and also the requirements.txt, I think you are good to go. Like now in a couple of seconds, this model should get deployed. You can see it has started building. You can go see. Oops, did it say that there is no module named Spacy? Let me see. Yeah, because we uploaded the requirements.txt after uploading the code. So that's why you see this error. Just ignore it. You can go see the logs as well. You can see like what has happened, what is getting installed, real-time logs. Like every time you refresh this, you get real-time logs. You can see it is currently getting built. So I'm going to wait until it is complete. And once it is complete, you can actually verify whether the same thing, like whatever example that we tried with, whether it works. And then that's it. Like you just have to share this link with the whole world and tell them, oh, when you read a media article, just don't blindly read it. Probably put the content here and then see if there is any biased words in there, and so that you can remove that bias. This is really more important for NLP projects. A lot of NLP models get built these days. Imagine like GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So if your data set, the NLP data set that you use to build an NLP model, if it has a lot of inherent bias in it, then which means like there is a high chance or high likelihood that your model might also have that bias. So what you can do is use this kind of tool, debias, to remove or recognize those bias and understand what is the distribution of bias in your data set, and then do whatever you want to do about it. Either make it explicit so that everybody knows these words exist, or you can even remove it. So at this point, I hope, oh, it's still building, right? So we have to wait. It would take a little bit of time. If you check the logs, you can see that it is still installing all these libraries. Spacy is a little bit heavy library, so it would take a little bit of time. So after this is finished, this building, whatever this log that you see building, this would show running. So you know that the app has been deployed. And also as an information, I would link this code and also the deployed application, the YouTube description. So make sure that you check out the YouTube description. And if you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends, and then tell them to follow this 8 days of Streamlit, because in 8 days you build 8 applications and then you learn a lot of new things. So at this point, our model has been built. So you can see that the building icon has changed into running icon, and then you have got the title, you have got the text, and now all we have to do is go here, copy some text, and then paste it. Let's see and see if it has anything. Press enter and then see if it shows anything. If it doesn't have any biased word, then you would see like nothing. Like for example, if I say import Python, okay, so if I say, I don't know if it's going to say Python is biased word. Let's see, like, okay, no. So if there is no biased word, it would show like this. But if there is a biased word, you would see it highlighted with that orange reddish color, whatever that color is. So I think that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I hope you stay safe. Happy coding.